Hi, it's Dark Shadows Experiment. It is the 19th of July, or at least it was for the episodes I watched. And this is our 38th day. Okay, 1840. Why is this an unpopular storyline? Well, I think for a lot of reasons. And maybe I'm making an assumption. Maybe it's not an unpopular storyline, but there we go. The rapid pace, much like my speech right now, it can be very, very jarring. Normally the show moves at a leisurely pace. You can go away for months and really come back, and it's kind of like Star Trek the Motion Picture in that sense. And you'll be fine, but no, you can't miss an episode here. Yes, we are in a bathroom. Deal with it. It is a fantastic overture to the end of the show, but it is a very fatalistic overture to the end of the show. Fatalism is not fun. Stanley Kubrick, he can make it fun, but not Dan Curtis. I think Dan wanted to move on to features myself. That's just my suspicion. I see 1841 Parallel Time, which comes after the 1840 storyline, as Lanyap. It's sort of like being nice to Lara and Jonathan, saying, hey, thanks for playing villains for all these years. Now play lovers with good hair. Like really good hair. We got a lot of retreads. You know, 1897 is interesting. Mission Control pointed this out because it is a retread of a lot of the stuff at the beginning of the show, but with more knowledge. How would we introduce a vampire now? How would we deal with Laura the Phoenix now? Now that the gloves of supernatural action are really off. But a second retread? What are we going to do with that? I don't know. There is an infantilization in this period of the show of the juvenile characters that, frankly, is very creepy. It's clear that they're teenagers, but they're dealing with playrooms and so on and so forth. It is ooky. That's the best word I can use for it. I'm not saying that is bad as a storytelling device. I'm just saying that it could be a little off-putting. It's like they didn't really know where David and Hallie should really fit into the Dark Shadow story at that point. We do have a proper time machine coming up if we think of a staircase that lets you travel through time as a proper time machine, but at least it's something someone invented on purpose for traveling through time. Dark Shadow's physics always very strange. You walk into a room, suddenly it's parallel time. Why? You never find out. I never find out. Okay, the destruction of Quentin that goes on in the prelude to 1840 is very sad. Why does it happen? You know, we see this guy, he's so powerful, and it's love and loneliness that tears him apart, and how painful that is. Well, Judah Zachary, the mad architect of all of this, the General Zod, if you will, knows that he really has to take Quentin out. I don't think he thinks of Barnabas as much of a threat, but he does think of Quentin as a threat, because Quentin has an identical great-granduncle in 1840, and who doesn't? So it's really easy, or it would be really easy for Quentin to go back there with occult knowledge and invulnerability and everything else and take care of Gerard Stiles, but he can't have that happen. I don't think he counts on Barnabas really being the MacGyver for the I almost said the Addams family, for the Collins family. The 1995 highlight for me, Julia has a wonderful moment when they first arrive in 1995, and Barnabas is going nuts because he's once again torn away from one of the loves of his life, Roxanne, and it's very much like real life, how these men fall in love very easily and very fast. That's very Dark Shadows, and it's very realistic. And Julia just kind of looks at him and says, yeah, I know what it's like to lead a life without love. And we know what she's really talking about. And Fred gives her this little glance that lets us know that he knows too. She could really chew him out there, but she is wonderfully benevolent as a friend for not doing so. So that's really cool. Okay, last thing, two last things, actually. 1995, you know, my expectation when I was a kid and I heard they went into 1995 is that people would be in silver jumpsuits. It would look like an Irwin Allen TV series. There'd be jetpacks and vampire robots, I don't know. And instead, it's just looked like the 60s or 1970 with Carolyn in the dress and so on and so forth. And so when I finally saw it, I thought, this isn't the future. But then, you know, I started to think about it. And I realized that in the year 1995, my girlfriend was really into retro 70s clothes. And I said, why would you do this? We clawed our way out of the 70s with our lives barely intact. We got out of the 70s on purpose. Now you're trying to drag us back? She said, no, just trust me, it's all gonna come back into fashion. Well, 1997, Boogie Nights comes out. It all came back into fashion. So Tess, wherever you are, you were right. And I will see you later. I think I can leave the bathroom now.